This might be my slowest reading month this year, but I'm still very proud of what I read. I read some good books this month. Hi friends, welcome back to Shelby in the Book Club. I am Shelby Monet, and in today's video, we are going to talk about everything that I have read in the month of May. May was a difficult month for me because my dad passed away. So my reading did slow down significantly, but we will go over all my stats, where I'm at goal-wise for the year, so on and so forth. Everything I talk about in this video will be linked down below in the underneath bar. It is called the underneath bar because it is underneath the video. Okay, affiliate links, how to buy me a coffee, 3 different ways to purchase books, right? If you like Amazon, you got the option of Amazon. If you don't like Amazon, you got Bookshop, you got Libro FM. All of the links are down below. Okay, if you like to hear it, here it go. Before we get started, make sure you like, you comment, subscribe, and let me know what you read this month, or what was your favorite read this month. Let's get into it for real this time. Okay, you might hear some crunching, snapping, squeaking in the background. I am sitting in the living room at my desk today. I just like this little spot in the house, and my child is right there on the couch. It is what it is. This is his house. He just happened to let me and my mom live here sometimes, okay? All right. Stats. I had a lot of books going this month. I started the month very optimistic, as I always do. I feel like on average, on a very, very low month for me, I read at least 10 books. This month was not that at all. So I read a total of 7 books. Most of them, 85% of them, were 300 to 500 pages. 14% were less than 300 pages. It was all fiction, no nonfiction this month. My top genres were romance, historical, contemporary. Those were the top 3. And then young adult, thriller, literary, horror, and fantasy all had the same thing. 14% was print. 86% was audio. Audiobooks saved my life this month. I mean, saved my life this month. And yeah, y'all know I don't do ratings. I did mess up my reading streak. I have been reading every day, and obviously for reasons that stopped. So what did I read? All the books will be put on the screen, and these are in, I'll do them in order. First up was Harlem Rap City. That was the book club pick, not for May, but the month before. So for April, did not really, let me take that back. Harlem Rap City is a good book. It's a good book if you go into it understanding that it is very, very, very affair forward. Like, extremely affair forward. Jesse Redmond Fawcett was the literary editor for The Crisis, which is W.E.B. Du Bois's magazine, through the NAACP. But she was having an affair with W.E.B. Du Bois. So it's like every time we met a great thing that she did, we were also met with her affair and her being strung up behind a man who hairline start at the finish. And you know, the girls have been in my comments on Instagram upset because I said that W.E.B. Du Bois' hairline start at the nape of his neck. That, listen, he was using double consciousness to manipulate that lady. We should know her as a literary great. We should know her as an author. We should know her as the woman who mentored authors such as Langston Hughes. That's who we should know her as, and we don't. We know her, like, the first introduction that a lot of people are getting of her is as a literary editor that was moonlighting as a common whore. Like, that part of it I did not like. And this wasn't the first time that I've read a book by Victoria Christopher Murray and felt the same way. So I probably won't be reading any of her books anymore. The book was entertaining though. It was very entertaining. It will hold your attention. Just don't go into it looking for information or looking to learn something. It's not that type of historical fiction. It's a messy book. Like it's like a step higher than urban fiction. Next, Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This is the third and latest book in the Skyland series. This is Hendrix's book. I was, a little apprehensive about this one because I have my gripes with Kennedy Ryan, which I will not go into detail. I think she's an amazing writer. You cannot take that away from her. I do think that there is this side of activism that I've been seeing from her that is not linear to me, right? Because she talks about representation and the importance of how Black women are represented in her books, right? But then Hendrix is supposed to be a dark-skinned woman, and as you can see on the book cover, that's not a dark-skinned woman. So it's like, where is the activism really, right? All of that to say, on the surface level, I thoroughly enjoyed Can't Get Enough. I think Maverick was very dreamy. I've always loved Hendrix. I always was looking forward to her story because I very much can relate to Hendrix as the dark-skinned Black woman, the friend that doesn't have kids, that is, well, for me, I'm aspiring to be the rich auntie, and kind of just living life outside of societal standards and the norms. I had really high expectations, right? Because I see a lot of myself in Hendrix. And then Hendrix got a very messy romance. And I feel like that just wasn't fair. I felt like Hendrix was introduced to us from the perspective of, like, this particular version of Black woman doesn't always get easy love. And I thought because Kennedy Ryan does do a very good job at talking about these very big topics, that she was gonna give Hendrix an easy love, and instead she got something messy. And I just thought she deserved better with all that she had going on with her mom's health, with work, and then there was this like affirmative action case that I just was like, but the romance I enjoyed. I love seeing a Black woman being loved on by a very rich Black man who is big, tall, and attractive. And he did some things with a bottle of whiskey that I will never forget. Yes, he did. My God, today. Next up, Beverly Jenkins. Y'all know I love Beverly Jenkins. I read A Chance at Love. This tells the story of Lorelei, who is traveling with mail order brides. And she gets to this town, and these two little girls come up to her and ask, like, are you anybody's mommy? Are you here with the other mommies that came in on the train? Because we need one. She is like, I am not. That's not what I came here for. So on and so forth. She meets their uncle. It is definitely a forced proximity. They end up falling in love with each other. She also is a woman that is living beyond societal standards. She is just different from every other woman. She gambles, she plays poker very well. She, has this story to her life. And, although she is very good with the twins, she has no like mothering to her. So she thinks, right? But she actually is able to step up and to be exactly what these baby girls need. And they are being raised by their uncle. Because their mother passed away, and their uncle falls for her. It was so good. Next up, Soundtrack by Jason Reynolds. This actually releases this week. As I'm recording this, it's Monday, June 2nd. I'm actually supposed to be going to an event for Soundtrack tomorrow on its release day. I don't know if I'm gonna feel like driving to the city tomorrow or not, but this was one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to, like ever. It's fully casted. It's about a young boy who wants to start a band or be in a band the way that his mom was. His mom is a single mother. She's trying to raise him the best that she can. His father disappeared. They were teen parents. He disappeared. And she doesn't want him to be in a band because she just understands the ramifications of it. And it got her to this, like, she wants better for him, but he is a teenager and wants to go out and prove that he can do different. There's live music. There are, like, when I say fully casted, I mean fully casted, but the story is just so good too. Like, watching him try to figure out life for himself as a teenage boy while still trying to, like, honor his mom and coping with not really knowing his dad. And he meets this, like, found family of other teens that play instruments too really well, and they become popular with their band. It just was so good. I think so many people are gonna love this, and I really think it's perfect for people who maybe want to get into audiobooks and don't know where to start, but they also love YA, or maybe you want to get into YA books and don't know really where to start. I think this is chef's kiss. Perfect. Okay. Then I listened to Julie Chan is Dead by Leanne Zhang. This was gifted to me from Liberal FM and their ALC program. Thank you to them. Baby, this book was weird. So a girl, Julie, is a twin. And her and her twin sister got separated from each other when they were young because their parents died in an accident, a tragic accident. She gets sent to be with their aunt, while her sister, Chloe, I believe that's that baby's name. Let's check. Yes, Chloe gets sent or gets adopted by a rich white family. And Chloe becomes an influencer and is rich, while Julie is working at a like grocery store, minimum wage, having to steal sandwiches from the deli just to survive. And she gets this weird phone call from her sister, who she's estranged from, and she goes to her sister's apartment, finds her sister's body, and then ends up living her sister's life, pretending to be her twin. But then it takes this weird cultish turn. So, like, if you've seen that Channing Tatum movie, hold on. Because now I got a Channing Tatum movie. What's the movie? Blink Twice. You know you better think twice, baby, before we start something nice. No need to sacrifice the spice in your life. I ain't supposed to be doing it. This is the movie I'm talking about, Blink Twice. It turned into like this movie, but with twins. It was very strange. I didn't know if I was coming or if I was going. I didn't know what all was happening. Okay. All right. Next up, another Beverly Jenkins book. I read Rebel. You know, the Levesque brothers. I can't get enough of them. Valinda Lacey is a teacher. She is teaching in Louisiana, teaching freed slaves how to read. It's the aftermath of the Civil War. And she runs into Drake Levesque. And to be honest with you, all that I would like for my life is to run into a Levesque man also as well. I would like one for myself, to be truly honest with you. But she has an intended, she's supposed to be marrying someone, and there's like a very cute backstory to that that is very appropriate for June, for Pride. I won't spoil anything for you, but she has her intended. She's trying to kind of stay on the straight and narrow because of her father. She wants to like teach and kind of live her life the way that she sees fit, but her dad kind of had other plans, and that, you know, kind of got in the way of things. So she wants to be with her intended because that'll give her the time and the space to be who and what she wants to be. And then she meets Drake Levesque. He helps her out. He saves her a time or two from some sketchy situations. And, you know, she ends up falling for him because, I mean, them Levesque boys will talk the panties off a brick wall. I tell you that much. It don't take much. And their mother is such a sweetheart. Like, she's great. There are mentions of Sable and Raymond and some of the other brothers. It just is a cute story. I thoroughly love Rebel, which led me to starting Captured, which is about their grandfather, Dominic Levesque. So that'll be, watch my weekly vlogs because you'll see me reading Captured. I haven't finished it yet. And then last, but certainly not least, I read Big Machine by Victor Laval. This is not my first time reading Big Machine, but I will say I need to read it again because there was too much going on in my life as I was listening to this one. It tells the story of Ricky Rice, who is an addict. He got a hot dog. And he gets a letter about joining a paranormal investigation group of other former addicts. And the book gets weird. Maybe somebody gets pregnant by a ghost alien thing. Maybe they are trying to hear the voice of God. There's a lot going on in that book. It's funny in places. I just need a clearer mind to really be able to sit back and to tell y'all exactly what the Big Machine is about. It wasn't bad. I just wasn't in the right mental space. So that is everything that I read in the month of May. It was a decent month. So for the year, I'm at 61 books. That is including the one book that I've already finished for the month of June. And my baseline goal is 100 books. So I got to read 40 more books and 39 more books, and I'll be at my reading goal. I think I'm doing pretty good. For the year, and I'll probably still end up reading more than that. So we'll see where I round the quarter out at the end of June. Let me know, have you read any of these books? Do you plan to read any of them? Gunner. And put a hot dog emoji down below if you've made it this far. I think there's a hot dog emoji. If no one told you today, you are kind, you are smart, you are important, and to no one else, cut it out to me. Bye, friends.